are you? Where are you from? What do you do?
Oh,
Lord, we will be heard.
I'm going on a date tonight. Congratulations. Thanks.
Hi, and welcome to What the Flick. We've done a couple of really big movies so far this week. Now we're gonna get small and weird. I'm Christy, that's Ben, it's Alonso. Now we're gonna talk about Bellflower, which was made for a reported $17,000. If you like throwing numbers out, this number that keeps getting tossed around.
Does that include the car?
They made the car, they made the flamethrower, they didn't eat. Anyway, so this is about these two friends who are living in Southern California. They are building all these wild gadgets and flamethrowers, Mad Max style, in preparation for the apocalypse. Then one of them falls in love, then things get really violent.
all right, here we go. Wait, what if it blows up or something?
Then we're gonna be on fire.
Okay.
This is nice.
You don't want me to be your girlfriend.
Why not?
Because I'll hurt you.
Oh, how do you know I won't end up hurting you?
I doubt it.
I'm pretty tough, you know.
Who called?
Why are you doing this?
Every thing that the car did in the movie, apparently it actually did.
Medusa. Medusa's been on tour.
And they weren't really preparing for the apocalypse. They were.
I mean, kinda.
But I mean, they were
Sort
sort
of.
of mimicking Mad Max. They were sort of fun preparation for the
They
apocalypse.
figured if the apocalypse happened, they'd look really cool.
Right. I mean, they were sort of. They liked that Mad Max was preparing for the apocalypse, but they didn't really think it was necessarily coming. I mean, it wasn't. That was my sense, that they didn't think that there was. They didn't actually believe in doomsday. They just thought Mad Max was incredibly cool.
I think they're just goofing off. They don't have jobs, and
Yes.
we're commenting about how do they have like the unlimited supply of cash for beer and cigarettes?
Well, and
'Cause
to
they don't
make a
have anything.
flamethrower and to juice up this
Right.
sweet car, you know, or to buy the sweet car in the first place. I mean, it's a minor point, but it was kind of like, well,
Although
because they live in these dumps and you never see them going to a job or talking about a job, so I was just a little,
Although the car, I mean, they're clearly handy, and the car, the original car was a jalopy that then the guy fixed up.
Sure.
Because they're so
We
handy.
are quibbling. Cause
Anyway,
this
yeah,
movie
that's-
is
we're
rad.
getting
This
kind of
movie
wrong.
is awesome, and I loved it. And you should please go find it when it comes to your city, because it's just daring and original and creative and weird, and it changes really subtly. It's this very funny buddy comedy and this very sweet romance, and then right before your eyes, it gets really dark
Yeah.
and really violent, and you don't see it coming until it's happened.
I disagree that you don't see it coming, but I don't think there's a problem with it. I thought, as it's this buddy comedy, there was this sort of there was this not so much
Underpinning?
layer, but there was we could sense that their darkness lurked.
well, they
That
show
I-
flashes of that at the very, very beginning.
Yeah, that's true, but and maybe that's why. But
Yeah.
I sensed that that
Something's gonna
inside
happen.
these guys that they were messed up
They were
inside.
unstable.
Yeah,
They were unstable.
it is a movie about masculine panic on a
Yeah.
lot of levels. You know, I mean, the whole notion that it's easier to prepare for the apocalypse and to soup up your car than it is to talk to a girl or understand what a woman is thinking. You know,
Also, and the binge drinking also.
that
Yeah.
is certainly a problem. Yes.
I viewed that as them just being in their 20s. I viewed that as them just like being slackers, and they just all like to go get hammered together.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
You think it's beyond that?
I think it's beyond it, because there's
Am I an
another
alcoholic?
guy in it who seems more adjusted, who refers to these guys as tools, and I think you could argue that they're tools. They're good friends, but they're really poorly adjusted. They've been friends for life, and they're the only real friends they have. And I get the feeling they're not going to make a lot of other friends.
This feels like a very kind of down-market mumblecore movie to me. Like, most of the mumblecore movies are about college graduates and they're sort of blah, blah, blah. And this is more, if you made one of those kind of movies about these sort of kind of working class schlubs who have no real ambition apart from having a really sweet ride. And I don't know that I admire the film. I think it looks great. I think it's got a lot of really interesting ideas. I think this is a filmmaker, Evan Glodell, who we're going to see again in the future, is going to have more stuff going on. But it didn't grab me somehow. I just was not taken in by the story or the characters, and it felt kind of surfacey a lot of times to me. Like it was sort of the idea of these characters, the idea of whatever the story was going to be, and ultimately it kind of left me cold.
It goes into all kinds of really deep, intense emotions, and I don't think it's surfacey at all.
No, I didn't think it was surfacey either. I cared about them. I was interested in. I knew it was going to end poorly, but I sensed it end poorly. By the way, I'm unclear how it ended.
And that's part of why it's great.
Yeah.
And I don't want to know. I don't want to ask these guys, hey, what does this
What does
mean?
it mean?
I have a theory,
Right.
but I don't want to know. And I like that it toys with you that way.
I did read an NPR review that compared this to The Room, both plot-wise and in terms of like the director's sort of monomania, and it's not an entirely, untrue assessment.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
No known actors at all.
No.
And this
the
guy,
director stars in it.
He wrote it, he produced it, he edited it.
And
they made the car.
And he built the camera. That's part of why I like it. There's like this intense oversaturation of color that happens as the characters' lives get more intense and more extreme. And he built the camera to make it look like that.
Technically, I've got no beef with this movie. It just at some point did not engage me on an emotional level. Like
many Westerns, I was very conscious of the fact that everybody in the movie needed desperately to shower.
Yeah, well, they go on a road trip for like days and they don't shower.
Please.
They're wearing the same clothes.
Take a friggin' bath. You loved it, obviously.
I loved it. I give it a 9. I think it's rad.
Wow.
Should go find it.
I admire it, so I will go 7.3.
I admire it too, and I did care what happened, and the violence is fun. 7.9, so it pulls it up to an 8.1. When it comes to your town, yes, you should go see it.
I like how the girl is high on this one. Yes, thank you.
I was going to say
Maybe the girl is high.
The girls were also a little high. Yeah. All right, 8.1. Go see it.